establish my academic credentials. There's got to be a use for this thing. This is Shakespeare on the spot. Yes, there we are. So I'd like to warm you up, and I'd like to warm me up. So the way I'd like you to warm up is by making a strange and silly noise, and if you make it well enough, then you'll get to do it again during the show. Yeah. Right, does anybody here want to release their tension by cackling? Cool, right? What am I going to do to release my tension? I'm going to warm up, and what I'm going to do to warm up is I'm going to do a little bit of improvisation. So I'd like somebody on the front row, anyone feeling like sticking their hands up and writing something on a blackboard for me? Okay. I'd like you to write a one-syllable word on here for me, please. Don't show it to me. Okay, I'll show it to them. Soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the pin. Yea, Juliet is the pin, the axle, upon which this whole world revolves. Juliet is the pin in my board. Juliet's pin provokes my interest. For Pinteresting Juliet she, and I am but her thrall and slave. For her I would do aught, for Juliet's pin has fixed me in this place. And I must serve her now, or else I come to naught. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, chalk. Yeah, I hear there's a tanker full of chalk held up in the Gulf, so I will get that back. Right, okay. The next game is a monologue game. They're all monologue games, really. So I'm going to do Now is the Winter of Our Discontent, famous Shakespeare speech. But if you know that speech, you know it begins the play, and Richard III, to be Richard of Gloucester, is complaining about the state of the world now. The Civil War is over. Richard III doesn't like peace. He doesn't like men spending time with guitars and drinking, and he definitely doesn't like them spending time with women. But we can do better than that, can't we? Yeah. So can I have some suggestions from you guys? I'm a bit deaf, so I might ask you to shout again. Some suggestions of things that piss Richard III off.
Car parks.
Parking. Parking is always there. It cost me 15 quid to park in Queen Street. So I thought, I'll go to Mount Pleasant. I arrived at Mount Pleasant at 5:05. Trying to get into Mount Pleasant when everyone's trying to get out. So this will be a heartfelt one. Thank you very much. Okay, has anyone got any other thought in their head other than parking?
Slow walkers.
Slow walkers. Slow walkers. I fear a letter to the Telegraph coming on. Can I have one more? No, shout a few out.
People listening to their mobile phones without headphones. Yeah. Very long, sorry. Yeah. People give long suggestions.
Yeah. Sans headphones. All right, one more just in case.
People riding scooters on pavements.
People riding scooters on pavements. Now I have filled this one up. So, parking, slow walkers, something to do with not having headphones, and scooters on pavements. Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this noble son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front. Now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for such bizarre and sportive trinks, have other things to cope with while they in their boudoirs with their lutes, marshmallow stuffed and decadent, while I do circle round the freaking block. I am a priestling of the blood! And I do ride my horse into my pointed space to find a churlish workman there, with note upon the dashboard of his coach to say I am at work. Well, I will be at work with him. On Tower Bridge that workman's head shall stuck upon a pole be seen. So I dismounted, distance way from my appointed place, and I did scurry. Like man of war, I am. And find myself all treacle-footed in the wake of someone with a baseball cap upon his head, all sketching views and people of the town in loudest voice, all giving forth, gee, this sure is a great little town. He blocks me on my way unto the palace. And so I shove with all my might the churl into the ditch, where he upon his converse finds now some strange doggish poo. I know now why I go on horse, for to be one pedestrian in this fair town is to or take your life into your hands. No sooner do I deal with this pay-blocking fool then I am beset on all sides by children upon wheels. I had a map into my hand, and out of it was snatched, and off it went into the distance. It put me in a humour foul. When I do come to throne, they all shall die. Upon fair London Bridge there are its spikes enow for kiddies such as these. I do not like these churlish children. I do prefer an adult, noiseless time for peace, tranquility, and also time to meditate upon my plans for the throne. I had, all focused I am now, like raging hawk about to strike all from the sky. The plan is in my head. And just then, round the corner comes a foolish dolt, a singing of a song at volume full. Old people do both scatter and do laugh at him, but he just carries on. I think I'll build another bridge across the Thames for all the heads that I will put on spikes of them. Two more games to go. So, this is an object from the audience game. Whoa. Whoa. Somebody brought an object. So I don't want to know what the object is. So all I need is for somebody to put their hands up who has an object that they're willing to lend me for the stage. Gentleman there? Okay. While my back is turned, can you please pass the object down to the front, and can somebody place the object here where everyone can see it? Okay. How am I going to know that the object has been placed? Well, you're all going to cackle. This is great. You're hearing me. Yeah, so you're all going to cackle. The object is going to hit the floor here where I can see it. I will turn around and use the object in a monologue. Is everybody okay with that? Okay, so the quicker we pass it, the less cackling there needs to be. I will wait until the cackles have subsided. How's that for an iambic? And then I'll turn around and do the sing. Okay, everyone clear? Yeah. Everyone getting ready to cackle. It's warming up, warming up. And cackle! Fly, my Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle turned to my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. And in my mind engender murderous thoughts. For witches have foretold that with this thing, King Duncan he shall die. I hear the witches all do hang about. Tis seeming blunt. A handle, yes, it hath. But this strange thing would bruise the king. Maybe. But it would not kill. How can I use this thing? Ah, a prophylactic sheath. Lady Macbeth shall know of this. It is still blunt. No special blade here does here appear. And yet the witches told me I should use this thing to kill Lord Duncan. I but now. Lord Duncan? Nay, King Duncan. For I am a lord and would be king. Just get that straight. Is fond of mead. Yea, he drinks deep. But just the other night I heard him say, I am so bored of cups and flagons. I find them dull. The handles give me ennui. And careful though he is, I cannot introduce a substance into this king's gut. But this thing, I sense, is waterproof. And therefore it would hold some mead. And sure would pique the conscience of the king. And so, or into this, I will prepare a potion. To make him all insensible, and will he does snore, and I will do my work. Last game. I'll give it you back later. I've seen Mary Poppins. Okay, last game is, it's another monologue game, and this is based on a famous monologue in the play Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar has been murdered. Those of you who know the play will know he's been murdered by three named conspirators, and they've all done the same thing. They just stabbed him. Anthony comes on
With the cloak.
and explains, shows the holes in the cloak to the assembled Romans. We can do better than that. Oh, my muses. So, I'm going to do that speech, and this will be the last thing. And I just need 3 ways, not drinking mead out of umbrellas, 3 ways to kill Julius Caesar, and I will work those into the monologue. 2 of them will be unsuccessful, 1 of them will be successful, and I will tell you the sorry tale of how Caesar, great Caesar, he did die. I have some suggestions for you. Plastic bag over his head.
Selling a dodgy trampoline.
Crushed by a giant piano.
Watermelons.
Selling a dodgy trampoline.
Really bad perm.
Yeah, the Romans have a particular haircut, don't they? They've got this kind of fringe across there. I've got tickling, I've got selling a dodgy trampoline, and a bad pen. Okay, I've got a little bit longer. One more suggestion.
Throwing watermelons.
Hey, what?
Throwing watermelons.
Watermelons. I am a bit deaf, so I'm tending to go to the people at the front. No offence to you guys at the back. Tickling. A dodgy trampoline. I like the idea that maybe the piano could land on the trampoline. Bad pen. A bad palm. Sorry. And watermelons. I'll pick 3 out of those 4. You have tears. I'm going to shed them now. This mantle, you all do know. I was there when Caesar put it on. The day he overcame the nervi. See. On this full collar here, some little curls of hair from Caesar's neck. I scarce can bear to look upon it. And here, or through these armholes, Caesar, who was greatest of us all, did use his finest skills rhetorical, and yet through these same armholes there did Caesar meet his fate. Fresh fruit salad. Now, Romans, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears. I will now relate. For Julius Caesar met his fate. was in a capital. And great Caesar to triumphal arch did stride. The crowds were out, all silent and respectful. Yea, the Roman crowd once so shouty and so coarse, oh, silent stood as Caesar strode amongst them. A peddler stepped from the crowd to persuade Caesar unto some refreshment. And this peddler offered half a slice of watermelon brought from Egyptian land. Great Caesar did both stare and wonder at the sight. The red, the green, the other stuff inside. Beguiled his sense, and he did sniff. While foully then behind his back the other half did bang into his head. A watermelon is not used that much to kill. And reason good there is for that. For, how shall I say this truth? It is too soft. And at the best, it did great Caesar good, for it did moisturize his neck. Or in the Roman sun. And so great Caesar did stride on. Or at the back of this great crowd, a strange and bouncing thing appeared. Up and down and up and down, and Caesar's eye was drawn to this strange marsupial thing, all bouncing in their glee. He called an aide. Now you get one of those for me. What call you this? He cried. A trampoline, came the reply. We now do know this trampoline, all tampered was, intending to, when Caesar mayhap after party or had wine partook, when he did bounce, the thing would fold up like a trap and break his neck. But Caesar never got unto that point. And so this fatal trampoline did not its foulest work. Great Caesar, as I said, had one great fringe across his head, and balding slightly was. And he had travelled in some lands where curly-headed folk did live. And he had seen the Roman matrons of a certain age. Now pink, now blue, now green, did curl their hair, defying age and time. And Caesar thought, I should get one of those. But he did not have all the time to sit and have his whole face changed. And so he simply bought a wig. Again, he did evade the foulest threat unto his life, for if he had this strange, wavy, permanent thing, like foul trampoline, it would have crushed into his head by some strange hidden spring. And now I come unto the end of Caesar's fate. Great Caesar was a warrior bold, and every forceful thing he could evade. But one weak chink had he. He was really, really ticklish. And so, one's hand had got inside and rummaged round like rat or furry thing. Then Caesar began to coil and spring, and so he fell down dead, or in the Roman place. At least he died with smile upon his face.